Hi everybody, it's Richard here again, and this is my response to the thread that's going around at Gimme 5 Steves for Steve Carlson, who this past week has lost his whole record collection due to a dam collapsing in his hometown of Michigan, and it's devastating for him. I believe that everything he's collected, really 99.9%, apart from a couple of records he doesn't like, has been destroyed. Sorry for laughing, Steve, but I'm only following up on your video. Yeah, this guy is made of sterner stuff, he really is, because he has found a positive out of this. He's been giving away some of his wrecked records to this girl. I don't know who she is, but her and her mother were walking by and she's wanting to start a record collection, and he saw the actual look on her face and it made his day. So there is a positive out of it, but still his whole collection has disappeared, and I'm totally blown away by the vinyl community. They've raised so much money so far. There's a GoFundMe page which I'll link below. And I just want to say, Steve, that we're thinking about you over across the pond here. The UK and Irish contingent of the VC are thinking about you, and we're with you. Okay, so we're going to do 5 Steves in honour of Steve Carlson. Now, what I've done is I've given you hints. So the actual front, the start of this video is a picture of the 5 Steves I'm going to show. Have you guessed them? Well, we'll start from the middle left and we'll go anti-clockwise, or as they say in America, uncle clockwise. And the first one up is, if I can find them here, is Steve Priest from The Sweet, who is the basis of The Sweet. He's still the basis of The Sweet, except that there's 2 Sweets now, and he is actually the one that's based in America. And if I can see, that's Steve Priest there showing his muscles. Not that he has many, but he was the one that really put the makeup on during the glam years, and he has the counter vocals to Brian Connolly, and when Brian Connolly left he took on a lot of the lead vocals. So that's my number 1. Going counterclockwise, the second one is from the Primitives, and it's Steve Dulligan, and I believe that is Steve Dulligan when I'm putting my finger to. And this here album here is actually, it's lazy 86 to 88, and I think it just sweeps up a lot of the tracks that were released or recorded before their debut album Lovely in 1988. So they're quite, this one's actually quite psyche, but they are like a jangle pop band, and they had big success with the single Crash and the follow-up Out of Reach. But they're a good band. They always remind me a little bit of Transvision Vamp. I always put the two of them, I group the 2 of them together. Okay, the third one as we go along, and it's the basis of T-Rex, and it's the wonderful Steve Curry, who was with T-Rex from 1971. I'm not 100% sure if he played, oh, he did actually play on the first album, the first T-Rex album, and then he left in 75, and that's him there, Steve Curry. And he passed away in 1981, I believe. So yeah, unfortunately I think he died in a car crash as well. So that Steve Curry is my number 3. Number 4, and from Blancmange, Steve Luscombe, and that's Steve there in the black. The other guy is Neil Arthur. This is their 3rd album, Believe You Me. It's their weakest, but the only reason I'm showing it is because it's the only one that has the guys on the cover. So Steve Luscombe, he didn't, Neil Arthur was the guy that sang. Steve Luscombe, you see him standing there playing away at all the synthesizers. And lastly, probably the easiest one to identify, and it's Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols, and there's Steve Jones looking rather lovely. But yeah, no, he's a great guitarist, and he actually went on and recorded with Iggy Pop as well on the Blah 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 album, and he released some solo stuff. He really went from punk to metal, but for me Steve Jones is the Sex Pistols. So that's my 5. Okay, that's my video 5 Steves. I haven't really watched many of these because I didn't want to copy, and I know some of those have already been shown. I did watch Rob Isons, who nicked one of mine, so I had to change. Okay Steve, we're all thinking about you over here in the UK and Ireland. You know, you're taking this really, really well, and keep it up, and keep the Sunday mornings shows going as well. It's great to see Kat as well. I was worried about Kat. Okay, that's me for now. All the best now. Bye bye.